Nyanum Ghana for Michecha Muina, Aya Paul Adum Otri, the Sembi Atujana so Chema. Ghana for some Mobakaya, and maybe a Chemu. Aya Musa Dankwa at the analysis B Etuja. Analysis nature says, Aya NDC Abang, Aya from former President John Dramani Mahama. Some call to about a winning probability of 54%. And Aya Baumiana buying so Sabina 85%. The shake up now, a move upon a move a year. Paul Adomotri, I didn't seem to do Chem was sit no school no. Legono, political science, or lecture be a trad and as lecture, Edwin Juma. On your analysis, ni say, and as some picking analysis no from social media, and as from poor analytical background. Now, Sha Musa don't in the Juma dear dinner or Sha analysis no if social media and as a baby, and now they're Ghana for. And I first in church, mu party say, Musa Dankwa Crown, or a proud NDC member, to Ayasanema way to support his political party. When in some Paul Adum Otri, Edituja. Tinanme Sembe Nekote, some way you Mumbra, Madam Massey.
Muhammadu Bawumia, the much touted, much touted best vice president in the history of the NPP. He, Muhammadu Bawumia, is on 32%. That even in Ashanti, John Mahama is ahead. Musa Dankwa said that. Musa Dankwa, he says that John Mahama is 54% and Muhammadu Bawumia is 32%. He says Alanche Martin is 7% and Akwa Ibediaku follows. Let's get into what he's saying. Then we understand a few things. Okay. Oh, no, not this one for sure. Please, the original story, the today story. All right. So, Info Analytics poll. John Dramani Mahama is leading with 54.3%. Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia is second, in a distant second, almost 20 percentage points behind John Mahama at 34.9%. Alan Kojo Chematin is also on 7.5%. In fact, even if you add Alan Chematin's 7.5% to Dr. Bawumia's 34%, they still pale they still come in a pale shadow against John Dramani Mahama. Nana Kwame Bediako is on 2.3%, and others are on 1%. This is Global Info Analytics latest research on election 2024, and we're going to deal with it right now. Okay. How did they get to this conclusion? Let's see their analysis. Let's see the analysis. Should I just shift it? Oh no, he'll do it. Can you turn it over? Great. All right. So this is the graph out of which they get the so Dr. Bawumia versus Mahama net changes 2020 election to April 2024. They put all this together. They do some work. They've done some work. Let's see the next slide again. So this is the other slide. Akan dominated regions. Bawumia is, so this is national. John Mahama is 54, Bawumia is 34. Akan dominated regions, John Mahama is 41, Bawumia is 44. Swing regions, referring to maybe central region, perhaps western region, probably greater Accra region. John Dramani Mahama is on 65%, and Muhammadu Bawumia is on 28%. Northern region. Musa Dankwa, good evening. Oh, we are talking about you here. Northern Musa Dankwa, Anthony Abe Fakabu says, I should tell you that he has told me. No, let me say it well. The guy is called Musa Dankwa. Anthony Abe Fakabu is a former member of parliament, and he's also the former deputy minister for roads and highways. I had a conversation with Anthony Abe Fakabu. He says that whenever I do the global analysis, I should tell Musa Dankwa that he, Kabo, has told me the story about the work. So Dr. Musa Dankwa, Kabo says I should let you know that he has told me how you do the work. So I know it, but I don't know whether what Kabo told me is true or. But he told me something which I will not share with viewers, not for today. Okay. So swing regions, he says John Mahama has 65% and Muhammadu Bawumia has 28%. Northern region, he says John Mahama has 66% and Muhammadu Bawumia has 27%. Now, it is difficult to look at this and not be concerned, because if you look at the trend of election 20 from 2008 to 2020, Muhammadu Bawumia's influence has consistently reduced the NDC votes in the northern region the three northern regions, and especially the northern region, to the point where today the New Patriotic Party is leading the NDC in the parliamentary seat count in the northern region. That has been the trend. Musa Dankwa wants us to believe that that trend is going to be heavily reversed, and it's going to be horrendous for the MPP, because there's going to be such a reversal of the gains that they have been making in the north that is not going to work, because the northerners are going to turn away from Dr. Bawumia and they will heavily vote for John Dramani Mahama. That's what Musa Dankwa is saying. Sometimes it pains me that when we did political research in Legon, and may he rest in peace, Dr. Ahiawodo was our lecturer for political research, and we did it. When we did political research in Legon, we didn't put it into action and go and do some of these things, because when you see some of these things, when you see these things, this is what they taught us in political research. You just have to look at the history and then demonstrate why there is such a massive change in the fortunes of a particular party that has been on the rise in 2008, 2012, 2016 and 2020, to the point where the MPP has overtaken the NDC in the northern region. Musa Dankwa comes to say that after 3 election cycles of MPP gaining, they are now going to be heavily reversed in these numbers of 66 for John Mahama, 27 for Bawumia. I'm not saying it's not mathematically possible or it's not sociologically possible. There has to be an explanation for this, and the fact that the MPP had been growing in the north should form part of the analysis. Tell Musa Dankwa that we all studied political science and political research. I know how to do this, and he taught me how to do it. And this is not how it is done. I just don't practice it. I do this my 2x4 good evening Ghana. It's okay, I like it, and I do Asante Kotoko small, I do Manchester United, I'm happy with it, and then I do my church, and then I speak in tongues. It's okay, I like that. But this is something I can do because I've been trained to do it. So when I see these things, where is the explanation for this? Where are the details? He must show us that in spite of the MPP's gain over the last few years in the northern region, ultimately because of the influence of Mahamudu Bawumia, that influence is shattered now. Mahamudu Bawumia's influence in growing the MPP in the north was occasioned when he was the running mate. He was never the number one. And then, whilst the northerners have listened to his message, and the NDC has lost significant ground in the north, to the point where in parliamentary count, from a wide distance in 2008, in 2020, the MPP has now overtaken them, and Dr. Bawumia writes on that in his party to become the leader of the party. Now that he's leader of the party, his party is going to lose heavily in the northern region, that John Mahama is going to get 66%. Musa Dankwa, where are you? Come and tell us. Musa Dankwa. Come in. Abe Fakabu says I should tell you that he's told me how your work is done. So, Musa Dankwa, this one, you have to explain to those of us who study political science and study political research how this happens. I'm not done. In the Volta region and OT regions, Musa Dankwa gives John Dramani Mahama 67% and Dr. Bawumia 19%. I'm not sure why he says that. But anyway, ultimately though, he says John Mahama will get 54% of the election. So all the talk that we are talking about, perhaps we should forget. Maybe this is a candidate for 3 years, and I'll try and do it in 3 again. Let's see what the next slide is as we get on. And is that all? Are they suggesting that that's all? Okay, so this is it. This is the final one. Now, when you want to talk about a statistical researcher as well, whether you want to give him credit or you want to discredit him, what you do is that you go and check his history. So if it is Economist Intelligence Unit says John Mahama is in the lead in the election, we go to Economist Intelligence Unit 2020, Economist Intelligence Unit 2016, Economist Intelligence Unit 2012, and then we will see a trend that, Economist Intelligence Unit's predictions, they miss by only 2 or 3. Even me, I have been predicting elections in my own small corner using the same analysis, and I've gotten some right, I've gotten some wrong. But the way in which you get it wrong is the issue. The way in which you get it wrong. So who is Musa Dankwa? This is Musa Dankwa. Musa Dankwa told us, after Alan Chematin had exited the MPP race, Musa Dankwa told us that the MPP race is going into a runoff. He said 54% of voters prefer Alan Chematin to lead MPP in 2024. He said that.